The views and opinions expressed in this podcast by the host and or the guest do not necessarily reflect the views of the host and or Paranormal Buzz Radio and or its sponsors. Use of any material produced by Paranormal Buzz Radio without express written consent is prohibited. Paranormal Buzz Radio will not be held responsible for you holding your knees, crying, and rocking in a corner in a puddle of your own urine, or being beheaded by a group of children in a cornfield. In fact, if you come across a group of children in a cornfield, we promise to make fun of you as you run away screaming in terror. Listener discretion is advised.
Hey everyone, this is Darren Bus from the Paranormal Bus Stop, brought to you by Paranormal Buzz Radio. The Ghoulish Gang is back. Myself, Darren Bus, Cynthia Gerodius, Ashley Storm, and Shay Carroll, where we talk about all things paranormal on a round table format. Come join us for some ghoulish fun.
Here's your host, Darren Bus.
Well, how do you do, folks, and welcome to Paranormal Bus Stop. It's been a hot minute since we've been on for a while, but welcome to tonight's show. We have Cynthia Gerodius, and if you just missed it, we had a big van pass by. But we have Miss Shay Carroll with us as well, and soon maybe Ashley Storm can join us tonight. If not, she'll be on the next episode. So, how is everybody doing tonight?
I'm doing okay.
Oh, just peachy.
I have construction going on next door, so that could be what you're hearing. I don't know. I can't hear anything with my earbuds, but you guys can hear it. Like, if somebody knocks at my door, you guys have to tell me, because I won't be able to hear it.
It sounds like a big gas bubble.
A big old van.
Yeah, probably a big truck.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
I can't win, huh?
That's all right.
Hey, I have internet, knock on wood, so.
All right.
Yay.
So if you hear somebody hollering in the background, nobody is dying back here. Just for a word of caution, my son is playing video games. I did tell him to say hush. So, anyway.
We all know how well that works.
So, tonight's topic is Paranormal Territories. So, Cynthia, you want to go with this one as a start? What are we talking about by Paranormal Territories?
I think what Darren wants to portray by Paranormal Territories, and yes, I say what Darren wants to portray because as we were talking, I get, oh, well, we're just going to wing this one. There are no notes. So I had to clarify what he meant by Paranormal Territories. So what he means is our opinions and things based on what we feel or how we feel that people are getting territorial with, like, locations and stuff.
Absolutely correct.
So yeah.
So what do you feel about this, Shay?
How
do you feel about that?
First, I'd like to say that I never get notes. I always like to wing it, so welcome to my world.
Hey, we're trying something new here.
Hey, I like winging it. Even when he sends them to me, I forget to read them. I'm a bad co-host.
No, you're not.
I know. I'm interesting anyways.
Or Ashley gets them and she goes, this doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah. Like, what? One time I got notes for, like, the month after, like, the next show coming up, and I'm like, this isn't what we're talking about. He's like, oh, yeah, hold on. Hi, Mama Deb.
Good at that one.
Yeah. So what do I think? I think we can go many, many different ways with this subject. I'm interested to see where you guys stand, because I'm assuming you're not talking about people that, like, if somebody's managing a place. You're just talking random people.
Random teams that...
teams, yeah.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Teams, yeah.
But not a team that's the actual, like, coordinator or, like, event coordinator or the house team or...
Like I am.
House, yeah, okay. All right.
Yeah.
So basically, to put it in terms that people would get, like, so for Raven Rose Paranormal, if we were to feel like Bango Haunted Crib, because that's one of our home base type locations, but we are not, like, they don't go through us to book investigations or anything. But if we were to sit there and get upset and territorial over other teams coming in and investigating the place when we're not there, or other teams coming in and leaving their information,
there's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's also, even if you say there's a management team or team coordinators, and you happen to leave your information or talk to the owner or whatever, it's not like you're stepping on toes. The owner can just say, "Oh, we have somebody that deals with this." But if I bring you, Cynthia, to a place, and this has happened a lot. I've been brought to places. I've brought people to places for an event or just an investigation. I have no right to tell you you can't approach them or you can't investigate that place. I brought you there. Get off your fucking high horse and put your ego back up your ass.
I mean.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I mean.
Yeah. See, that's one thing that, and I mean, Darren does have a pretty good description of it when he calls it gatekeeping. It's one thing to host an event and sell tickets to it and have people come that way.
Right. Like I've done at the museum.
But if I am going to book, like, to give an example, Malvern Manor.
Yep.
Love you, Josh, if you're ever listening. If I was to book Malvern Manor and sit there and look at you two guys and go, okay, hey, why don't you come and investigate with us? And then you guys were to come and investigate and, you happen to leave your info with Josh or whatever, where is my right to sit there and get mad about it? There isn't any. And the people that have the audacity to sit there and tell you that you can't leave your info, you have to investigate a certain way, and you have to do it the way I tell you to do it, otherwise you can't come back.
Yeah,
And that's exactly how I feel about things. So it's like, I get it, like, okay, this is your home base, and you are the booker, you are assigned to that location, like I am assigned to the Lashire County Historic Museum. And, yeah, I mean, people do call Lori and say, hey, I want to investigate there. So immediately she redirects it and sends it to me, because I have to make the decisions, because I'm very picky as to who I let come in, because I want to make sure that they're not like a nasty team that will do a bunch of stuff to the building, or, we have set rules,
Yeah, you want to vet the team before they come in.
But that's different. Right. That's what I was calling an event or investigation coordinator. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So now, like, if I go to a location, I was invited by a team, and my team was to join up with them. I said, okay, let's go. And then we go to this location, and sometimes, some locations are too small for a big group of people, and we're on top of each other or whatnot. And let's say, okay, this didn't work out, and I want to come back, but I'll just come back with my team later on, and I'll just hand my card out, right? Well,
right.
It's trying to advance the field of that location to help the location by getting different multiple teams in there to help them what's going on. And when you say, oh, well, that's, I feel you're stepping on my toes because I'm the one that brought you here, and that, I feel that you should go through me in order to get back in here and let me do the talking. I'm like, I'm sorry, but I can talk for myself because I have my own team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where I draw the line where I call gatekeeping, because you're not helping the paranormal field when you do this.
Well, that, and especially if you're doing events at places, if you're truly doing events for a location for the right reasons, especially like a lot of people give back to the actual location.
Correct.
Right.
Then wouldn't you want more people to do events so these places can raise money to keep the uptake going and fixing things?
Absolutely.
Yep.
And I have no problem if somebody wants to come to the museum and say, hey, I want to do this event. And I'm like, hey, that's fine. Just let me know when to do it, and we'll book it, get it set up.
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't have a problem with that. You're not stepping on my toes at all. It's just you're coming to me anyway because, like I said, I'm assigned.
But that's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Yeah.
It's different.
And what good is it to be exclusive, to supposedly have a place that's exclusive to you, but, in the field that we're in, look at me all sounding professional and stuff. In the field that we're in,
here.
there shouldn't be any exclusivity.
Mm-mm.
You should want other people to experience the place that you are proud of. You should want other people to experience the place that you're familiar with, so that you can see if other people get different results than you do.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's what I call advancement in the field.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
What works for them may work for me, or what works for me may not work for them, vice versa.
Yep.
And you can't be at a place.
So different.
You can't be at a place 7 days a week, or all the time. So,
no.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of times it just comes down to ego, and what you're describing, Darren, definitely sounds like an ego trip. Why you're a big boy? Why do you need permission from somebody else, or why do you, like you said, why do you need them to talk for you?
Yeah, I do it all the time, and that's being a booker of a location, that people come to me and say, hey, I found out about this location, so let's all go down this location. I want to book an investigation, and I let them know what's going on, the similarities of the location. I don't give it all right away, because then what fun is it when they come?
Well, yeah, you don't want them to know absolutely everything.
Right.
No.
I mean, I say we believe we have these kind of spirits here, but that's up for you to decide when you come if you agree with us or not.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it gets where you do different things, different experiments. Are you a team that's more experimental heavy? Are you a team that's more EVP heavy? Or are you a traditional investigating team that does things traditional way?
And not every team is going to see eye to eye, and not every team is going to investigate the same way, and not every team is going to collab the same way.
Right.
And that's another. And this is actually another way of getting territorial. Is how teams view the type of investigations that other teams do, the way they investigate,
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I mean, you get those teams where, okay, you're going to collaborate with this team, but it's like, okay, when we're doing things, it's got to be absolutely quiet. Nobody can talk. There's no fun. This is like a very down-to-earth investigation, and we don't want nothing to be corrupted. But I'm like, okay, we like to have fun, and sometimes when you have fun, that's when you get the best kind of stuff.
I've been telling you that for years. Before you even started investigating, I've been telling you that. We've gotten some of our best stuff, and you can't always count EVPs as actual real EVPs if you're not sure. I'm not talking about that, but other things start happening, and it gets, because they're like, okay, look at this, we're having fun. We've started dancing in the middle of thing, and then you have the SLS camera. You see the little stick figures start dancing the same exact way and stuff, and so yeah. But it's just a matter of.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not saying anything's wrong with that. It's just different. As long as you're not breaking the house rules, as I call them.
You're not taking anything or
being rude if that's a house rule.
Mannequin.
Ew.
Wait, what did you just say?
Okay, so.
What?
Breaking the rules like getting freaky with a mannequin.
I thought, is that your new pastime, Darren?
Okay, no. I think what he's talking about is Saturday night in Malvern.
Oh, yeah, everybody was there.
Gracie's room.
Kim had a couple of mannequins set up. She had one set up in Gracie's room and one set up by the nurse's station down in the Shadow Man hallway. And the one set up in Gracie's room, his name is George. Well, somebody corrupted poor George.
Oh, no.
Because poor George is a CPR dummy.
Oh.
But she managed to find legs to put on it. Well, poor George started out sitting in the wheelchair, but somehow, some way, the legs ended up
over its head.
Over its head. And there were candles that were representing other things that should not have been representing other things, and cat bones that were actually representing parts of the
Yeah.
It got bad. I don't know who did it, but yeah, it got bad.
Yeah, it was like 1 a.m. I think I was still up at 1 a.m. and when they went on, I'm like, what the hell did I just get myself into?
I actually saw that. I don't get to see much, but I actually saw that one part in it because you and I are friends. It says right there, "What the hell did I just walk into?" or something like that. So I'm like, uh-oh. Cynthia, did you get to go?
Yeah, I was there. Okay. I just at that time I was getting my air mattress ready and stuff because I was about ready to crash.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
Watching WrestleMania.
Yeah, and everybody was kind of going their own little separate ways, and so yeah. But as I was getting my air mattress ready and stuff, all I can hear is just this loud, hysterical laughter coming out of Gracie's room. So I walked down there.
I can actually hear Allison's laugh in my head.
I was like, what in the hell are you guys doing? And hysterical giggles. It was so funny.
I was out in 15 minutes. I'm like, okay, I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is going to get weird, and I don't want to be part of it.
Well, like I said, I didn't stick around for that part of it because, you had Kim, Allison, April, and Leslie.
Yeah, I thought Leslie was drinking all night.
No,
yeah, it was Allison's birthday.
She was sober. Yeah, it was Allison's birthday. Leslie was sober. Leslie was
She took over the phone and she was like, "This is Leslie, your host for."
Okay, so if you could have been in there and you could have seen it, it was hilariously funny because I was outside, I think, and I get this phone call from April. They were upstairs in Hank's room, and April goes, "You need to come up here." I'm like, "Why?" She goes, "Oh, you need to come up here. We need to see if you and Hank will have a conversation." And I'm like, "Okay." So I walk upstairs, and Kim has the Estes session going in her ears, and Leslie has the phone doing the live, and April walks in and goes, "Oh, look, Hank, it's Cynthia." And I walked in, I'm like, "Hi, Hank, you want to talk?" "No." I'm like, "You don't want me in the room?" "No." So I went to go leave, and Leslie goes, "Hank, aren't you going to tell Cynthia goodbye?" He goes, "Bye, bitch."
And before she came in, I'm like, Hank really loves Cynthia.
Oh, Hank hates me. Hank hates me with a passion. But that's okay because I like to go in there and just talk to him and antagonize it. Well, irritate him. I shouldn't say antagonize. I irritate him.
Yeah. But, so, yeah, I mean, with the territories, that's kind of how I feel. I mean, you just should not push people away from locations like that. And just, like, you're trying to show off in front of your team, like, hey, I'm telling this person you're stepping on my toes, and this is how it is, and they're trying to control you. And it's like, hey, I'm not even part of your team, so why are you trying to, like, control me here?
So, my question to you then, Darren, excuse me, is when do you feel that it is okay to get territorial?
Never.
Never, ever. Never, ever? No?
I don't think so.
Are you sure? If you were to invite people into Wachura, and they walked in and they started doing some sketchy stuff, you wouldn't get territorial?
I don't think that's territorial, though.
That's just called being an ass and they're out the door.
Okay.
We don't tolerate stuff. I mean, we've had YouTubers that come in there, and he got weird with the mannequins. You
had Sam and Cody in there?
Oh. And we had, let's see, this was called, what was it? Scott on Tape is who it was. And he got weird with the mannequins, and then he got weird up in the kitchen area. And it's like, oh, what the hell is this guy doing? And it just, stuff like that, when you start doing stuff like that, that's been very disgraceful to the location. And people don't want to see it.
So it would be more of a respect thing than a territorial thing.
It's more respect. There's rules in play. Abide by the rules, Gotcha. I don't care if you want to come in, that's fine, but you got to abide by the rules. If you don't abide by the rules, then I have to kick you out,
See,
or you can't come back.
You are kind of working for the location, so that's different.
Yeah.
I can't kick somebody out if I'm investigating. I can't just kick somebody out, but if they're doing something I don't like, I'll just walk away. It's not my place. But if they're breaking something, or I'd be like, hey, knock it off, or I'd go find the owner or the manager, whatever. Knowing me, I'd probably say knock it off, but only if it was really bad. But I don't think that's territorial. Right. I think that's a.
No. I mean, it's like, okay, so like I said,
so it's more of a respect thing.
It's more of a respect thing, and just abide by the rules. I mean, or else simple, you're out.
Gotcha.
But I mean, like we go to like a location, let's say Sheboygan. Okay, we go to the Sheboygan Asylum. There's a whole bunch of groups there. Somebody's doing something stupid or whatever. Hey, we have no control over that. Just to say, who's ever put on the event, say, hey, this is what's going on. Now it's up to you to do what you want to do. At that point, we just, like Shay, we walk away, we say something, and we walk away. Yeah. Because at that point, that's not our decision, because we're not part of that team. We're a separate team, but it's our duty to say, this is not right, this is wrong. We'll say something and move on to doing what we're doing, and let them take care of it.
Yeah, me too.
I would agree with that.
So, and that's where I go with this, and this is where I stand. I mean, I feel that nobody is step on anybody's toes. If you're just like, hey, this is a cool place, I'd like to get other people here, great, bring them here. I'd like to see what they are. I mean, let me know where they are online. I go watch a few of their lives. If I feel, hey, they're doing a great job and I can trust them maybe, then sure, let's give it a shot. You get it one shot, if you do bad, then you can't come back, and if that's being too picky, but that's how I feel about my location that I represent.
Nobody has the right to say otherwise, because it's what it's how you're doing it. We might not do it the same, but we have no right to judge you.
Right. So do you think that would be fueled by insecurity or by jealousy?
So I feel that if another team sees the other team the way how they do their investigations and then they look at themselves, sometimes I think it's by like jealousy, because it's like, oh, well, they do this and oh, they do that, or they dug all this stuff up and we didn't do that, that maybe it can become a jealousy part of it, because like then they feel threatened because of that team did so much more over and above of the location that they did. So maybe they feel like we're making them look bad, or whatever team is making that other team looking bad. And that I shouldn't feel that way, because we go out of our own way to do what we can to go to a location, to find everything that we need to. It's not our fault that you didn't come up with the same stuff or different stuff to add to it. That's just your team that did it. I mean, it's not. It shouldn't be a jealousy thing. You just say, "Okay, go with the flow. Let's work together and let's see what we can get with the same information."
It shouldn't be a competition.
No.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's where the insecurity part of it comes in, is because all of a sudden it becomes a competition, because it's this is my stomping grounds. This is where I brought you to, and now you're trying to take away my spotlight type thing. I think that's where a lot of it comes in with the insecurity, is they're afraid that this other team is going to look better than they are, and so they're worried about what the people that own the place or whatever are going to think about it.
Yeah, and they shouldn't think about it. They should think about themselves and what they're doing. Period. If things work out good to a good combination or collab, that's great. That's wonderful that it works as a collab. But if it doesn't work as a collab, well, then you have to start rethinking of who you collab with.
Right.
Does this vibe work with this team? It's all about when you go to a location, you want to be in a good mood. You want to be in a fun, not necessarily giddy, but in a fun kind of mood instead of being in an awful mood. Because if you're in an awful mood and you go to a location, what's the point of being there? Because it's
you're
just
not
going to
reflect
on you. Right.
Yep.
It's going to reflect on you, and it's going to make the whole time bad for everybody.
It's kind of like the little kid at recess that gets mad and takes his kickball somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we have a thing at Broadhead. It's like, when you go to that building, expect to be in a good mood, because if you're not going to get anything. That's the way how that location works. And I've seen it happen right in front of my eyes. Somebody's in a terrible mood, forget it, they're not going to get anything. And there goes a van.
Yeah, that was mine. I could even hear that over my earbuds.
Yeah,
So,
that was a really loud one.
I live on a one-way street, but it's a truck route.
Oh.
So sometimes, especially, and like I said, there's construction going on next door, so they're should be stopping soon. It's an hour later here than it is there. It's 7:30 here, so.
Yeah, it's all good.
So my advice to teams that are listening to this, I'm not picking on anybody one in particular. It's just how I feel about things, and I don't want to sound like I come across as an asshole, but that's just my feeling on people, teams, gatekeeping locations. Let's make advancements. That's what it's there for.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree. And that the same goes for gatekeeping anything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have to turn around and sit there and go take a look at yourself and go, what gives you the right to gatekeep and tell people how they have to do things or how things have to go? Because there isn't. I mean, there are no experts in this field, and there are no teams that know the absolute ways to do things. So, remind me never to take your kid ghost hunting.
Mine?
Yes, yours. Because that's what I hear right now is your child.
Yeah. Well, I have my turn.
I will gatekeep that one. He's not allowed to go.
Well, honestly, we did take him to
It's all
Broadhead.
good.
He actually did pretty good. He actually got into it a little bit later in the night, and my wife handed him a digital voice recorder, and it's like, here, take this, start asking questions, do what you can. And he did. There's some point he started whispering, like, Blake, you can't whisper, because that'll ruin the EVP session. And then all of a sudden, next thing I know, I hear this. I play it back later because I didn't hear it right away, but I played it back later. Here he's rapping into the voice recorder. And I'm like, oh man, well, I guess I'll toss this one up. But I mean, at least he tried. He got into it. He tried to do his best because he was bored. He didn't know what to do. I mean, he had a place and to sit if he wanted to, but he got bored. So he got out in the field to help. And I commend him on that just for trying.
How old is he?
He's 14.
Yeah, so he's still on the younger side. It might take him a couple times to figure it out if he likes it and figure out how to do things.
Yeah, he won't go back. He'll stay and play video games. That's just the way he is. But my daughter's actually coming with me and my wife on the 22nd of this month to Broadhead, so she'll get to see what Broadhead's like for the first time.
Oh, good.
Is that the expo event thingy that they're having?
Yep, the Paracon. Yep, Spirits in the Spring.
And that's the 22nd of this month?
Yep. Yep, there's going to be quite a few people at this one. It's going to be pretty big. I'm excited. I mean, I'm not going to investigate. We're just going there for the day to meet the people that are there, and Nick and Aaron are going to be there as well. Nick Simons and Aaron G. Thompson. So they're the highlight, kind of, I guess, of the team, of who's there. But yeah, I mean, it's all for a good cause. Bring food. It goes to food pantry and stuff like that, and it's going to be a good time.
Cool.
Nice.
But,
Sorry, I squirreled.
oh no, that's all right. I mean, it's so. But other than that, I mean, if you guys want to elaborate a little more on this subject, because I think we really hit the nail on the head.
I think we got it all out within the first 13 minutes and did pretty good making it last this long. We weren't fooling around. We got an hour show done in 30 minutes because we're all too tired to be goofing around.
I got another show tonight.
Not me. I got another couch to go to.
Well, it doesn't help either that Mr. 1000 Questions didn't do any questions.
Well, like I said before the first show, I believe I said in the first show that we're trying something a little different. We're trying to do shows without notes and just kind of see how we do with the subject, because sometimes I feel like if I have too many notes,
you try too hard sometimes. Yeah. Not you. In general. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, am I being too technical with these questions?
We tell you, he just gave up on us because we just he's like, okay, I'm done pretending I'm in charge of this show with you three because.
Yeah, he gives up.
But I mean, now for the next show, you better believe it. I got notes.
All right, you keep talking about your next show. Why don't you at least tell people where they can listen and what show it is and where they can find you and all that stuff, so I don't have to talk.
Oh, that's a fancy way to put it. So yes, tonight at 9 Eastern, 8 Central, I have a show called Paranormal Question a Day, which is on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And on Facebook, you can catch us on Paranormal Brew, BB3 TV, and Darren Buss regular Facebook page, Midwest Ghost Seekers on Facebook. You can catch us on MGS Paranormal YouTube, BB3 TV YouTube, and Paranormal Brew YouTube. And if you don't have any of that stuff, you just want to go to Twitch, just type in Darren Buss on Twitch. Tonight we're having the Twisted Paranormal Society on. So, yeah. First time having them on the show. So.
Oh, really?
Don't know.
Yeah,
Don't
they're great.
Familiar.
Tanya and Lyle Lutz.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And Brandon
Johnson.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. They're the ones that were doing the stuff with Charlotte, right? At one time?
At one point, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the ghost, yeah. That got, COVID put a backseat to it. What was it? Yeah.
Ghost of War series is what that was.
Yes.
Yeah, something like that.
So,
yeah.
I don't know if that's going to get picked back up or not. I don't know if that's called kaput or not. Last time I heard that they actually backed out of doing that, I think, and somebody else came in. So, but yeah, I've talked to Charlotte in the past, and she really doesn't want to talk about it, so I just let it be.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of harsh when COVID puts the kaputs on everything that you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, and also with today's society, how things are, people are still trying to get back in the swing of things again.
Can you believe it's been like 3 years ago?
Almost.
It's been like it was 3 years ago, March?
I think
something like that.
I think so.
That all this stuff started?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I've had it twice.
I think, we always joke about this, but it's not really a joke. I think November of 2019, when I went to Virginia, me and my mother, there's a few of us that went to Cabin 360 in Virginia, and me and my mother got really, really sick, like really sick. We call it like the Black Plague of Virginia. And a couple months later is when COVID started, so I think we got COVID really early.
You could have.
Yeah, because there's no way to tell because I've had COVID since, so it's not like they can test, to see if you had it. I've already had it again.
Yep, yeah, because I've gotten it twice.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's a lot better the second time around because I've had all my shots, so they do work. It just felt like a cold last time, but
that's lucky. That's hit or miss. Hi, puppy.
Yeah. So for those of you that just wanna, if you feel the shots aren't doing nothing, I guess your body reacts to it a different kind of way, but. For us, it all worked out.
I didn't mean because of the shots. I just meant in general, like the second time you could die from it. I think it's hit or miss.
There are people still dying from it. Yeah. It's the first time I had it was the worst time I've ever had. I actually wanted to die the first time. It was so bad. But the second time it's like, I guess it's just a cold. But that's when I was supposed to go to Edinburgh Manor. And I'm like, oh, really? I don't even feel like I have anything. And I screwed myself out of a 2-day weekend.
Yeah, you were supposed to go to Edinburgh. I was supposed to have a couple people come with me, and it ended up being just me.
All by yourself?
Yeah.
Well, no, because
we were supposed to come.
Oh, I get you.
Yeah, Rebecca was supposed to come. Darren was supposed to come down. I think Taylor was supposed to go with me. And Taylor ended up, I think, having to work. Darren ended up with COVID. Rebecca had something else that happened, so she couldn't come. So it ended up being me. Oh, no, it was me. No, it was me and Whisper. It ended up being me and Whisper and Paranormal Exposures.
Yeah. So hopefully when October comes, I'll have my dates ready to plan for a 2-nighter weekend and get there next year.
Yeah.
This year's all shot.
Oh, you're not coming this year?
Edinburgh?
Yeah.
No.
I thought you had it booked.
No.
Oh.
No, I got things booked as far as July 22nd going to Cambry.
Gotcha.
So we got Granger House on May 6th.
Mm-hmm.
We have Broadhead on June 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have, like I said, Cambry House and Farm on July 22nd. So I'm looking for more locations. I'm just one of those people that, I'm also looking at doing like urban legends and going live and find some urban legends and see how true they are. Doing that kind of thing. We're looking at Minnesota to the Boyd House. We're looking at that.
Oh, Boyd House is interesting.
So there's things to come, and then plus, we got the museum. So there's lots of stuff that we want to do at the museum, the Washita County Historical Museum. For those of you that don't know what it is, it's in Watoma, Wisconsin. It's a house/jail. So, and this year we're going to try for the first time is a overnight. So, haven't done it overnight. Yeah, he wants to try it, and so we'll see how that goes. And if that goes really well, then we can start implementing overnights. And the price will probably go up a little bit for overnights because you're adding extra hours to the investigation.
As it should.
Mm-hmm.
As of right now, it's $30 per person per 8 hours. So, which I think is a killer price.
Yeah. Compared to a lot of places, yeah.
Yeah, and then we have some trigger objects for those of you that want to touch some of the trigger objects that we have in the building. I'm not going to say what they are, but they are $30 per team.
I want to touch it.
So we got a lot of stuff going for us, and we're looking to get some new people in for events. So I'm working with a couple people, getting them possibly coming over. So
cool.
But yeah, that's probably what we got going on, and yeah.
Now we just have to run out and grab Shay and bring her back here.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Soon.
Yes, ma'am.
Soon.
She'll get to Ireland. She won't go back to New York.
I don't live in New York, but
I was going to say she's not in New York.
I'm sorry, New Hampshire, right?
yes, close.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
forget.
No, it's fine.
Massachusetts.
Yep. No,
Like I said,
I'll get
she'll
out
make
there
it
sooner
to
or later.
the Midwest, and she won't go back.
Rebecca's got an in-law suite all ready for me.
There we go.
Yeah,
See?
Well,
Yeah,
if you talk to her nicely, you might be able to have your own little cabin.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep. See?
There you go. And the snow is a lot less up here than it is out east.
Sometimes. Hey, can you guys believe my daughter, since we still have time, I have to brag a little bit. My youngest, Katie, that's the only one everybody knows because she's one that's been on shows and stuff. My youngest, Katie, is graduating college next month.
Oh, my God.
That's how long it's been.
Oh, my God.
She was a sophomore when I started high school, when I started all this crap.
I was going to say, didn't she just graduate high school?
Yes. Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Ah.
Yeah. So, and she made the dean's list again this kid, I tell you. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, did she go to a 2-year or 4-year?
4-year. Yeah, I know.
That's fast.
Right? Me too.
Fast.
Yep. It's crazy. She's she's gonna get she hasn't said this, but some reason I think she's gonna take a year off, but then she's gonna do her master's, but I have a feeling she might take a year off first and go back for her master's. So we'll see, but
nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
Nothing wrong with that. My oldest stepson, my oldest kid. But the reason I say stepson is so that way people know, because they're like, I didn't think you had kids. My oldest stepson, is almost done with his doctorate.
Nice.
With his PhD.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, he got his Associate of Arts, then he's got his bachelor's, then he went and got his master's, then he went and got his whatever comes after master's, and then now he's going for his PhD.
That is so cool.
I told him he's going to have more letters behind his name than I've ever seen in my life.
I told Kate she should just be a career student. That way she never has to leave home.
Yeah. I mean, her and Andy could get together and collaborate.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, my oldest Andy is my career college student.
I think she's actually gonna do her master's online while working.
There you go.
Yeah, because she's just.
I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure Andy's done most of his master's and PhD and stuff online.
Yeah, she's like, I'm already well over $100,000 in debt. So, like, I'm like, yeah.
Yup.
Well, that'll happen. My kid's got about 6 more years to go on hers because she's almost done with her freshman year.
Yeah, I can't believe that too.
And she.
What is Katie studying?
My Katie? Yeah.
Yes.
She's English major in English, business, textile, and then she's getting minors in forensic psychology and forensic something.
Uh-huh.
So
I know where you're going with
forensic sciences or some forensic.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
She might be 1 credit short for one of the psychology ones, so she'll just have to go back. But she'll already be doing her master's when she does go back, so she could just take one more class and get it.
There you go.
So that's the beauty of things.
Before we run out of time, Cynthia, you got anything coming up? I want to hear about you. Me and Darren been talking a lot.
You and Darren can continue talking. So let's see.
I put her. Well, she's thinking. I see the smoke. I see the smoke.
It's April. May 13th, I'm working on getting an investigation together to go to Bango. June 3rd, we have Ashmore Estates with REP. June 23rd, we have an investigation at Malvern. I actually get to take a newbie, somebody that's never, ever done any of this before.
Who's that?
So, last December, I think, January, we had a silent auction for a gentleman at work that had been diagnosed with a rare form of bone marrow cancer.
Okay.
And I put up as one of the things to bid on an investigation.
Nice.
With an investigation with Raven Rose, and the person who won it could bring like 2 of their friends and, join us on an investigation somewhere. I hadn't picked out the spot yet. And so the gentleman who is the cost analyst at Tyson won the silent auction. And so I kind of sat there and I looked at him and I'm like, oh boy, where am I going to take this guy? Because, I'm sitting here going through my head going, Villisca, Malvern, Farrar, what am I going to subject him to?
The ring force.
So, no, we're not doing Aokigahara. Thank you very much. We're not doing the Suicide Forest, no. But so I sat there and I'm like, okay, well, Villisca would be a little bit too harsh, I think, for a first timer. So I looked at I looked at one of my friends at work, and I'm like, so okay, pick one. I had Melbourne and I had Edinburgh. I'm like, pick one. And she just closes her eyes and points. So Melbourne. So I am taking him to Melbourne, and I'm going to subject him to Melbourne Manor.
And see, put him in Shedowman's hallway by himself.
I was actually thinking of sticking him up in the attic.
Oh, there you go. There's a good start.
Yep. But anyway, after that, I don't have anything else in June. Normally we do the Cambry House for summer solstice, but she is not hosting the summer solstice event this year. She has somebody else that's hosting it, so I don't know if we're going to go to that or not. July brings Cedar Rapids Expo whenever Kelly decides to schedule that one for sure.
Mm-hmm.
September, August. Not a whole lot September, not a whole lot in August. October will bring Bango again this year.
Yesterday we'll be heading there. I already told her we're going.
Are ya?
Yep.
Yep, this year we're going to be doing Bango again. Of course, that's going to be a yearly thing. So if Shay could ever come out...
I know, I can't. As soon as I can afford it, I will come. I promise. I promise.
It's all good. It's all good, honey. It's all good. But yeah, October is Bango. And then November is the Quad Cities Expo. So, yeah. And I'm working on putting a few more investigations here and there throughout the summer. Just haven't quite gotten anything solidified yet.
Yep.
Because with the new job and new job title and everything. So I am now no longer working for Allied Universal. I am now the security chief.
Congratulations again.
Now you get free turkey.
For Tyson Foods. No, but I can get it at a discounted price. Thank you very much.
Gobble, gobble.
And
no, we are not sponsored by my work.
No gobble, gobble sponsors.
We are sponsored by my iPhone. No, I'm just kidding.
Darren. Don't make me mute you.
Roland always used to tell Shay that we were sponsored by Pepsi. So.
Oh my God, he would. Too funny all the time. Hey, we have that disclaimer in there for a reason, and I kept it on every single show because of Roland. Paranormal Buzz Radio, and that means me, so, Paranormal Buzz Radio is not responsible for anything the host or the guest might say.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I say that covers myself too, even though I'm the owner. So it says right in there that Paranormal Buzz Radio is not responsible for anything a host says. I'm a host, so I'm not responsible.
Well, yeah,
I'm not responsible for anything I say.
Yep, that should take care of you too.
So if the shit hits the fan, it's not on us.
Oh, it has. That's why you call it Shit Show.
Oh yeah, we've had a whole lot of fun.
Yes.
So are we having a Freaky Squeaky coming up at all?
Oh.
I'm working on that one.
Okay.
I have not solidified anything yet, but I am working on that one. I have a couple of people that I am working on for guests. And I'm sorry about the puppy barking in the background, but somebody is overtly excited now that I have a cat.
So.
My dog barked a couple times. I had to cover her up. That's why I had to shut the camera off for a second. Because I tend to like to either not wear pants or wear pajamas during shows, so I got to shut the camera off. I'm just kidding. Well, not about the pajama part. I usually almost always have pants on, guys. But before I forget, we got like 5 minutes left. I want to make sure that we remember to say that this is not our April show. This is actually our March show. We are going to also be on April 17th.
Correct.
So,
and we don't have a subject yet.
Yes, that's okay.
Sorry, I just saw that Allison popped on.
Yes.
I am glad she is better now. Because she was not doing well on Saturday.
No, I figured.
Or Sunday.
I wasn't going to ask in chat. Ow.
Yeah, no, she was not doing well. We had lots and lots of fun, and I think part of the fun bit her, and I'm wondering if she didn't get the flu as part of it as well. Because she wasn't bad. She had a good time.
Well, she also uses a lot of energy, so her energy drains on top of it.
Yep. But I'm wondering if there wasn't a little bit of the flu in there with how sick she got.
Well, Allison, we hope you feel even better tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am. Get better, get better, get better.
Yes. Take a shot of Jose Cuervo, or whatever that's called.
Oh, God, no. No Jose Cuervo.
Why? You don't like tequila?
Do you know how badly my husband ruined tequila for me?
Oh, we've talked about this before on a show with him.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
My husband done did ruined tequila for me.
1 tequila, 2 tequila floor.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we couldn't go out without one of us deciding which one of us was going to stay sober so the other one could drink.
And a lot of times I think he was... Go ahead.
Normally it was me that ended up staying sober.
Yeah, because I think a few times when we were doing the Freaky Squeaky, he was drunk out of his mind. I think I remember telling me that.
Well, no, he wasn't. He wasn't like totally incoherent, but yeah, he was buzzed.
Yeah. I didn't know about it until later on. I'm like, what did she know?
Darren never had it figured out.
No.
Never had it figured out.
Really?
I was drinking before the show myself just to.
I was gonna say, I think I don't know if Cynthia. I can't talk for her, but all the rest of us, pretty much have been drinking or drunk a few times on a show. Kim doesn't drink as a host, but yeah.
I've drank during a show, but I don't think I've ever been like buzzed enough to be incoherent yet.
I was high as a kite on
Freaky Squeaky is coming up soon.
Yeah. You gotta work on it. Gotta check that box off soon, Cynthia.
Well, if you ask Ms. McCarville, because she hasn't seen me completely plastered drunk either yet. And she's trying to make that her mission.
Kelly and I had so much fun drinking together. Oh my God.
Yeah.
We really did. All right, guys. Is that it? Any other announcements before we go?
Nope.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Nope. Just tune in to. One other thing I want to mention is that for those of you who like listening to EVP sessions and stuff like that, I do have a video which is called EVP Sessions on YouTube. If you're interested, just gotta get your headphones. So.
Hey, speaking of Kelly, wait a minute. Darren, when is that? Is it already up? You mean your EVP session?
Actually, I'm moving it to Tuesday nights.
Tuesdays, okay. I didn't mean to cut you off there, but we were just talking about Kelly. Traveler's Moon podcast is back on this year. I'll be on with them Wednesday in 2 days.
I was gonna say tune in Wednesday night to listen to Shay.
Yeah.
And Shay's gotta come out on Friday night with me at one time.
Yeah, we were just waiting until Kate graduated or something, remember? And then I got sick, but message me. We'll figure something out. It might be better to do it before she comes home.
Sounds good.
Tomorrow night, guys, this will be my only announcement. tomorrow night we have episode 3 of the new the Healing Light podcast. Caitlin does a great job. She's really, really a great person. I've really come to like her and know her. At first I was excited because it's somebody from like my actual area. She was like, 20 minutes from me. But the more I watch how she does things, really good person, and she does really good. So that's at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. So check that out.
Absolutely.
Abso-freaking-lutely.
So with that, now I wish Ashley was here because I would love to see how she would answer tonight's question. But we'll get her thoughts on next episode on the 17th of April. So for all you out there, thank you for listening to tonight's show with Shay and Cynthia and myself. And come on back the 17th of April and see what that draws up for discussion. And I will see you then.